All right, Roman Scorpion here with my son Roman. We're going to continue. I just kind of took apart the road glide, bags off, some of the other stuff. There was some scratches and scuffs that I've been just trying to, figured I'd take a whack at knocking out. I haven't really done really much at all in my lifetime of body work other than, the standard waxing and small touch-up stuff. But this has a few other larger things in it. This had a big scratch there from, I guess, a removable tour pack, probably the wiring harness laying on it, bouncing around, and it kind of wore through. I've touched it up, did a little bit of light sanding on it. I'm not going to get crazy with it. I may get it just completely reshot down the road a little ways, or I might just replace the fender with a new one that's already done. So, but yeah, just kind of going over a bunch of stuff. Did one side cover just to see how it'll work out. Did one saddlebag so far. It actually came out really well. And I do want to thank everybody that sent private messages and stuff, asking me how my recovery is going and all of that stuff. All that stuff has been great. Thus far, all my blood tests have come back. Everything says that there's no cancer present, nothing seen. So we're going to just keep the fingers crossed that it stays that way. It's been about 6.5, 7 months of tests that have come back zeros. So, but life goes on. We're just going to keep going. I'm going to start messing around with doing this. I just picked up a cheap little Amazon special cordless buffer, and it seems to work pretty well. I'm just using Maguire's Pro Speed Polish. That seems to be a lot better than some people have said about it online. So, but let's see how it'll do on this. Like anything else, as long as you keep it moving, you're generally not really at risk of doing too much harm. Not likely to burn through if you're not going at Mach 11 for speed and staying stationary. But, I am using the orange pad, which is supposed to be light cutting and stuff. I'm just using it for polishing, though. A little bit of polish on some of these touch-ups. And from what I can see so far, it actually looks pretty good. It's not perfect by any stretch, but it's definitely significantly better than it was. I may, like I said, who knows? Maybe a little bit down the road, I may do another shot at it and try and sand it out a little more, throw more clear coat on it, let it sit for a day or two, and then go back at it again. But yeah, this seems to be doing fairly decent, which is rather surprising to me. I wasn't really sure how well it would come out, but any improvements is still an improvement, so I'll take it. And we can go from there, see what it does in the see what the plans are later on, or I may just say hell with it and leave it. But yeah, I'm really kind of impressed. Looking at it right now, it actually looks like it's doing better than I figured it would. So give it a quick wipe and look at it and maybe go at it 2 or 3 more times. Thank you, Roman.
Yep.
I just sanded it with 1500, then 2000 grit. I know I could have went 3000 or 5000, but everybody had said that 2000 would do it and do it fairly well, and then polishing it would help out a bunch. And I'll tell you right now, that definitely helped out a bunch. It's pretty amazing when you can get a reflection off the touch-up paint and not have any residual or any of that. So kind of impressed with that. I'm going to hit it again and see what it is. Yeah, but this Maguire's Professional Speed Pro Polish is actually significantly better than I figured. For the price and all of that, you really can't beat it. So it's a lot better than some of the other ones that I've read about that are mostly water. This isn't really the case. This is, I don't know, it has a little bit more lubrication to it than I figured it would. But yet it's not like cutting, you know, I mean, it's not like a heavy compound. They say you can run it at higher speeds and everything, so like anything, like we said earlier, you know, as long as you're not running it and staying stationary, because that's when you can find yourself getting into trouble. So hopefully everybody had a great 4th of July. Some pretty amazing fireworks shows around. The one in DC, I don't think you could top that pretty much anywhere in the world. So, but yeah, it's been a pretty good weekend so far. Just doing this, all I smell is barbecues, so that's not a bad thing. Let's see where we're at now. A clean side of the microfiber before I start getting crazy. Yeah, it's by no means perfect. I mean, I can still see it if you really look, but it's a damn sight better than it was. So let's take a look. Let's see what we can see here. I'm sure you can kind of see right where it is right here. I mean, you get it at the right angle, you can see it and all that, but it's really overall not bad. And that, like I said, that was a pretty big scratch. And I mean, it was through the paint down to the primer, or down to the bare metal. I did clean up the metal, so we were as clean as we could get. I did a couple drops of self-etching primer on it, cleaned it, sanded it, you know, just to make sure that I can do my best to not have it rust. But yeah, I mean, it seems like it's a lot better than it was, and I mean, that'll at least suffice for right now. I really didn't feel like taking the fender off and going that whole route, but you know, maybe that'll be something down the road, like I said, or just never, you know. Like I might just hit it again with some clear and go from there, but I think that'll get me through for a while. At least this riding season will be all good, and then we'll kind of figure it out from there. So now I'm just going to give it a quick spray down, give it a clean, take the polishing oil and stuff off, and take that polishing oil off, and then I have some detailer that I'm going to put on there, so it puts a little bit of wax on it, and it's a ceramic wax hybrid. I've used that for quite a while on multiple different things, and never had an issue. Water beads up beautiful on it, and by no means they're a sponsor or any of that, but I'm just saying that it works well for me. Yeah, it's Chemical Guys Hydro Blitz Hybrid Ceramic Spray Wax, and like I said, so far it's been pretty good for me. Haven't really had any problems. Doesn't really haze up or any of that stuff, but it does seem to work well. I just wish the bottle didn't overspray 500 miles. That would be nice. But, you know, hey, got to take with the good with the bad sometimes. Roman, give me the blue cloth out of there.
Yeah. Which one? This one? Yeah.
This way I got a fresh one to wipe it back down with. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, it's also slick now. Silly slick, which is nice. I mean, there's a bunch of videos on YouTube that, you know, hey, this is how you buff it, this is how you wax it, all this stuff. And that's fine, but some of them didn't really follow too much of the convention, and some of them are really good, and a good portion of them are also sponsored, so who knows where that's coming from, whether it's, you know, real world or paid for real world, because we all know how that works. But yeah, that actually came out significantly better than I figured it would, so I'm not going to complain. I got a couple spots on the fuel tank that I'm going to hit, and gonna knock out a bunch of stuff while there's not much to do on a Sunday here. So we'll do that and change positions here and get back with you. All right, we're just going to try and get these scuff marks out. They had an ultra wide, I don't know, one of them comfy seats on here for 7 million mile rides, but once I put the saddleman on here, it kind of exposes those, and it just shows where the seat was rubbing continuously for, you know, a significant amount of time. So I just want to knock those scuff marks out. It didn't go through the paint or any of that stuff. It just scuff marks. And while I'm at it, I'll just kind of do a light buff of the whole tank, and the rest of the tank actually looks really good. But, you know, while you're here, might as well do it. So at the bottom of the dash where the old seat kind of rode up on top of it. Well, I really can't say anything negative about this cheapy Amazon buffer, I'll tell you. I mean, 2 batteries and the whole deal with the, I don't know, 8 to 10 different buffing heads and polishing bonnets and also gloves, apron, all sorts of stuff. I mean, I know it's Chinesium, but if it really works, does it really matter? I'd prefer to buy US, but you're not going to find anything like this in the US for 40 bucks, you know, $45, as cheap as it is. So, all right, well, let's see how this side came out. Need the the yellow one, and then we'll just kind of give it a, yep. Oh no. Take that and put that
There you go.
on the towel so it doesn't get dirty.
Yep.
Just lay it on its side, and then let's just see how this came out. Oh yeah, that took that all out of there. Yeah, take it off the lower part of the dash as well. And I took out all the little scratches that were on there, just, you know, general stuff, you know, regular road use, riding it and that type of stuff. It'll kind of get a little bit of scratches on the tank here and there, but all those hairline things are gone. All the scuffs are gone. Now I'll take this side. I'll do the same thing over on this side. You can just see how it has a little bit of a haze to it, but I'll come around and hit that side real quick and then wipe it all down and then spray it with more of the chemical guys Blitz and see how that works. Just and see what we can come up with from there. So I need a paper towel.
Yep.
And the buffer.
And a buffer.
Yep.
Here you go.
All right. Now, to be clear, before I did any of this, I cleaned it all. I washed it all down, made sure that everything was clean, and then I went ahead and I clay barred all the paint. Did that right off the beginning, then cleaned it again, made sure I got most of the as much of the contaminants off the paint and stuff that was stuck into the paint, which happens to pretty much everything out there. So got all of that cleaned off first, cleaned it again a couple times after that, gave it another wipe before I started the buffing part. So as you can see here, I mean, it has a pretty significant haze. I don't know how well that's coming out on the camera, but it does have a pretty hefty haze to it, especially down, where the old seat was rubbing. And then we'll kind of see where we end up in a few minutes, see if it'll take out all of that fun stuff and clean it up some. And now I would never just turn it on or throw it on the bonnet, on the buffing pad, turn it on and blast it, because you're just going to shoot it everywhere. It's not ever going to be anywhere near where you need to work with it. So Let's see what we got now. I know I could take the dash off and pull the tank off and get all sorts of in-depth into it, but I figured just give it a quick hit now, see what it looks like, and I can always address all of that other stuff later on. I can pull it off, do a complete, paint correction type of action on it to really make it a lot better. But this is what that just did in a very short amount of time. It, I mean, that's significantly better than it was. I mean, it's gave it a pretty good mirror finish. There's some of the deeper scratches that it didn't take out all the way, and I think I might hit it one more time to give it another shot. But let's just see what we can do there. And
Here you go.
thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of get those little scratches here and there on the sides of the tank with your legs kind of bumping against it at times. A little bit of sand on the jeans or whatever, and next thing you know, you get a small scratch. So let's see. Yeah, I can already see that took out those two little scratches that I had seen. Just barely were there, but that's definitely better. Like I said, I'm no body shop specialist or any of that stuff. A lot of this, I actually asked one of the guys that works in the detail shop where I'm at, Carlos. He kind of gave me a couple tips and all of that on how to really buff this out. We didn't get into chemicals or any of that stuff. That was just something I picked up on my own. But I just had never really done it. Like I said, I've done touch-ups and that type of stuff, but I've never gone into the buffing and high-end paint jobs and all of that type of stuff. That's just not my thing. I'll take stuff apart, I'll modify it, I'll build you the biggest engine you can possibly fit in your frame. I can rebuild anything that rolls, floats, flies, but yeah, that's definitely better. Definitely better. That definitely took a lot of that out of it. Yeah, can you grab me the other one? And thank you. And I need the green one and then the blue one.
Yeah.
All right. Give that just a second. Give that final wipe down. Yeah, I think that's, oh, now that's shot. Won't use that one again. And the towel hits the ground, I'm not using it again. So I don't need to drag any paint, any sand or dirt into the paint that I just spent the time cleaning. Run it through the wash, use it again some other day. Let's see here. All right, there's a Road Glide special. I spent the day with my son. We went ahead and polished out about everything on the bike. Saddlebags, tanks, side covers, fender. Did some light touch up, did some cleaning of that. Went around, did absolutely all sorts of stuff, and came out really well. I normally don't do body work or any of that stuff like that, but the little buffer I got and the little bit of direction that I got from one of the guys that details and all that stuff at the bike shop, he kind of gave me an idea what to do and how to do it, and I just followed his lead, and that's it. I think it came out pretty good. Overall, I mean, I cannot complain. It had like all sorts of marks where they had a big like sofa seat on this thing that was up on the tank and up on the dash, and got rid of all of that. And for the most part, there's some really, really small fine stuff there, but not much. There was a couple of chips in the tank right here and there, and I can barely make them out, and it's only because I touched them up. So but everything else polished out incredible. I mean, the black came out just amazing. It's very deep for an old paint, you know, but saddlebag lids had the customary shoe kicks all across the top and all scuffed up and scraped up and all of that. And you know, other than dust from just riding it, there's really nothing there. But yeah, I mean, when you can read the signs and see the clouds in it, that's not bad. But yeah, that's it. This will be the end of this one, and we'll move on to something a little bit more in depth coming up. I'm going to be doing cam swap in it and kind of going over all of that stuff. Well, it doesn't take long to get dust on everything, but that's all right. That's why we have it. It doesn't have to be spotless. Just like it that way the day I polish it, and that's about it. So, all right, well, that's it. Appreciate everybody, you know, tuning in and all of that, and that's it. Hope everybody rides a lot, rides safe, and get out there. And if you're looking for a bike, try Dream Machines Austin, San Antonio, or Dallas. They have lots of bikes, and they can work a really good deal for you.
Roman here. If you guys want to see more videos like this, comment down below, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, and like. Thank you.